Darren Arterberry will watch from the sideline with the wingback out.
Trojans have to be keying on Finch. Here's Reggie again. Steps inside 30, 35, out to the 37-yard line. He's got the first down. Reggie Finch, a class act, picks up 8 yards. In this half alone, he's gained 94 yards. And it's 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. That will stop the clock as the chain gang slowly moves along. Now they'll start the clock in again as we come to the 3-minute mark. So there's still time. The Cardinals have done what they needed to do, and that was pick up that first down on this drive. Ball on the 37-yard line. They can't afford to make any mistakes. Richardson looks downfield, throws one down, deep down. He's all the way down to about the 20-yard line. Holy mackerel. What a ball game.
Well, Shoemake was gone. He had his man beat. Richardson with a sensational pass to the sideline, and Shoemake caught the ball going away and just tripped himself up a little bit as he was trying to turn and go down the sideline, ran out of bounds as he fell down, or he would have been on for the score.
A 42-yard pass and run, 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Reggie Finch hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Boy, this is what makes high school football in Texas the great game that it is. The Cardinals have one timeout. The clock rolls. We're coming to the 2-minute, 30-second mark. The Cardinals must score a touchdown. They're down by 4. The Trojans lead at 11-7. The Cardinals have moved the ball from their 24 to the Trinity 21-yard line. Richardson running. He's going to scamper with it and is popped out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. A pickup of 3. But the big thing is he ran out of bounds. He stopped the clock after gaining the 3 yards. We've got a 3rd and 7 coming up. And look at these very anxious faces. A lot of chewing gum being consumed right now.
You're right. That was a nice decision by Richardson to get to the sideline and get out of bounds, not forcing the Cardinals to use their last timeout. Now, a very big 3rd down play.
Well, they've got 2 chances to pick up 6 yards. That's what it amounts to right now. Reggie Finch. Flag down, however, as Reggie gets inside the 15 to about the 14. I think that's going to be a procedure call. Let's see what it is now.
Yeah, the left side of the Cardinal line stood kind of dazed after the ball was snapped, and a lot of mix-up over there.
So now the option rests with the Trojans. Do they take the play or the penalty? They'll take the penalty.
Wow, I don't know about that. It would have been 4th down at about 3 or 4. But now they're going to say 3rd down and 12. They're going to give them, there's a tough call. That's a tough one. You move them back, you make it 3rd and 12, or you make them go for 4th and 4, or maybe one last play. But we'll see what they do on 3rd. Call it about 11.
Richardson rolls. Looks got a man wide open. Throws to him. Caught on the 15-yard line. He was wide open.
That's Hillman Johnson. Nobody around him. I think Toby Richardson was a little upset at it himself because he threw the ball so low that Johnson had to go down and get the ball and could not advance. Johnson had no one around him, and he could have possibly picked up the 1st down, but he had to go down to the turf to get the ball. 4th down. Cardinals with a timeout now, their last of the game, and they'll decide what to do on 4th and 4. It'll come down to this one play for the Cardinals.
It sure is. This is a 4th and 4 situation. Ray Overton thinking things over. Remember, the key man in this play is Toby Richardson, the quarterback. If for no other reason, then he's the man that's going to handle that ball. But Richardson gives you a tremendous option in that he can run and he can throw. And the Cardinals may think right now we'll either use him as a decoy, having Richardson roll out and then pitch back perhaps to Reggie Finch, or we'll just have to roll out on an option pass and run play. And there is one of the assistant coaches talking to Toby Richardson. Toby has really had a fine season for these Cardinals, but it comes down to this one play right now. All the practice, all the self-denial, all the discipline, all the heartbreak, and as a former Prime Minister of England said, all the blood, sweat, and tears, right down to one play. 4th and 4 from the 15-yard line. Here come the Cardinals of Irving MacArthur up against the Trojans of Euless Trinity. Richardson with the ball. Pitches back to Finch. Finch with room's got the first down to the 8-yard line. Now the Trojans are saying that Richardson fell down before he pitched the ball off, but the officials say no. What a magnificent effort by Richardson, who stumbled and in the process of falling, pitched the ball back to Reggie Finch, and Reggie picked up 7 yards on the first down.
Wow, let's take a look at this one again. Very close. Richardson went down and caught himself with his hand. The question of was his knee down. The officials say no, and the Cardinals live again.
First and goal from the 8, a minute 37. Finch looks for running room, dives to just shy of the 5-yard line. Reggie Finch.
Excuse me, Bob. The Trojans will think about that fourth down play for some time. They had really thought Toby Richardson had hit the turf. He did slip down as he was coming out on the option. Apparently caught himself with his hand and got the pitch to Finch, who got the first down. Big key, and now second and goal from just outside the 5.
Brad Knaus fights his way to about the 3-yard line. So Knaus makes his presence felt. It's third and goal. Spotted just shy of the 3-yard line.
Clock running. They have no timeouts left. It's at 45 seconds.
They've got time for the 2 plays that they need. Well, let's see. Just guessing. Let's see if Richardson doesn't roll to the left. Well, he doesn't. It's Finch diving and stopped at about the 1-yard line. Reggie Finch stopped at the 1. How about time? 27 seconds. The clock rolling. They're sending in a play right now. Fourth and goal. This is it again. As Finch goes to the 1.
I tell you what, Bob, it looked like Finch had the touchdown if he had not of leaped. He left his feet, and now Trinity may help him with the timeout. Well, now the officials have stopped the clock.
Trinity's taking a
stopped
timeout.
The clock with 13. Wow.
Holy mackerel.
I don't know about that. The clock stops with 13 seconds to go. And that's going to allow the Cardinals now to set up exactly the play they want. I thought Finch had a chance to get in on that last play. He had a big hole, and it looked like he could have tucked and maybe run in, but he left his feet at about the 3 and tried to dive into the end zone, and they pushed him back at the 1.
Perhaps John Riddell's thinking in calling the timeout with 13 seconds left was he felt that the Cardinals would get the play off. And conceding the fact that they're going to get the play off, you don't mind calling the timeout because that gives your kids a chance to try and think what they're going to do defensively. And certainly you can talk to them, coaching them, or at least telling them this is what you've got to look out for. Fourth and goal, the ball on the 1. Well, here it is.
Yeah.
This is the play that decides the game. For one team, it's going to be a heartbreaking loss. For the other team, it's going to be a magnificent victory. Fourth and goal from the 1. The Cardinals with the ball, so they have destiny in their own hands. Knaus and Finch, the running backs. Richardson, the quarterback. A broken play, a flag flies. With 13 seconds to go, you've got to believe it's going to be a penalty against the Cardinals. Let's see if it's a procedure call against the Cardinals. We'll have to wait and see.
Wow, that's 5 yards.
Procedure against the Cardinals. Move the ball back to the 6-yard line. Fourth and goal from the 6. And there is where that 2-point conversion by Trinity was so important. Because if it had just been a 3-point game, the Cardinals could have gone for the field goal right now. So instead of fourth and goal from the 1, they've got fourth and goal from the 6. And what they did was they set in a formation that they had not used before. They had a full house backfield, and they were using Jason Lowe as a wingback. So here it is now, fourth and goal from the 6-yard line. Toby Richardson again going to be the man of the hour. Boy, what tremendous pressure on Toby. The ball given to Finch. Cuts to the 2, fumbles the ball in the end zone. The Cardinals recover, I think. Let's wait and see. Or do the Trojans recover? Everyone's jumping up and down.
There's a flag.
The Trojans think they've got it, and there's a flag down.
I think the flag might be against Trinity for offsides. They jumped.